Sadly, there are some people who are saying that Caleb Wilson died in the same way that he treated others. Apparently, members of the Human Jukebox Band, which is Southern University's prestigious marching band, that the section leaders and some of the band leadership, as far as the director and the assistant director, were under investigation for hazing band members. Just shortly before, Caleb Wilson lost his life by what some say was a hazing ritual as he was pledging Omega Psi Phi fraternity. They'd gone to a warehouse off campus, and allegedly he was punched in the chest by those who were hazing him and then lost his life. But they also say that Caleb and other members of the band had done some of the same things, if not worse, to members who were a part of the prestigious Human Jukebox Band. Now, this is really complicated because there have been 3 young men who were arrested that are members that are Omegas. Most of them have bailed out. And now we learn that the assistant band director might be going to jail himself. He's the president of the graduate chapter of the Omegas, but they say that he was a part of the hazing there and allegedly a part of the hazing with the band. Southern has faced repeated hazing allegations.
Complaints date back to 2019. They include allegations lodged against Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and even the Human Jukebox Marching Band. 2 of those investigations have closed, but the 9 News investigators have learned 2 others remain ongoing. The Human Jukebox was investigated back in August 2019 over allegations that section leaders within the famed band were hazing new members. The person filing the complaint said new members were forced to have extra practices behind the band director's back and that section leaders were twisting arms, grabbing necks, and making new members close their eyes before whipping them with wet towels. The alleged abuse was so bad the student said he and others were thinking about quitting the band. That case was closed when the alleged instigators were suspended and all band members forced to attend anti-hazing training. Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity was hit with this cease and desist letter back in March last year after a parent reported physical and monetary hazing. The parent told university officials his son was hit with paddles and canes and even forced to send money to members through Cash App. The chapter was hit with a number of sanctions, which were ultimately appealed, argued down to just 70 hours of community service and restrictions on hosting social programs. 2 of those investigations continue tonight. Members of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity are under the microscope for alleged off-campus hazing at Greenwood Park in Baker. The chapter was suspended when this complaint was filed last week after a student was hurt. The report does not go into detail about the injuries, but it does show that student ended up being treated by a doctor. Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority has also been slapped with this cease and desist order while the university looks into complaints of gang-like activity among its members. According to a parent, new members were bullied if they chose not to go through an intense process called being made. That probe is ongoing. Now, we did reach out to the school for a statement. A spokeswoman said in part they are committed to creating an environment free of hazing.
Recently, law enforcement began to look into the Human Jukebox Band members because it's a cash machine for the university. And some say that people have just been looking away because they bring a lot of money to the school, the city, the county, and even the state. So we say rest in peace to Caleb Wilson and all the others that have lost their lives in hazing around the nation, and especially at Southern, where there seems to be an ingrained problem. It seems that it's an institution there, that hazing is just the norm at the university. However, with the passing of Caleb Wilson, it seems that people are now paying attention. But make no mistake, Caleb Wilson is not the only, the first, and it sadly probably will not be the last young person to die trying to become a member of a marching band or a Greek organization. And we've learned that some clubs in college, students have lost their lives trying to become a part of them.